Hi, Letty. So the departments table is not correct. When you imported it, you needed to choose, let me choose my own primary key, and then you would have chose the department ID as the primary key field instead of letting it create this field over here. And then you're missing a query to create your report. So I'll show you how to import the table correctly, and then your report's not correct, but because you don't have the correct fields here. So you needed to create this report off of a query, and you didn't create the query. Your queries all look good. Your form looks good. These should be a little bit shorter, and the background color, I believe, is only supposed to be showing here, not here. So let's do, we're going to import the departments table, and here you need to choose first row contains column heading. So again, we're actually creating the table by importing the spreadsheet. So right, we'll pretend you don't have this departments table here. So there's nothing here. We're going to create a new table. So our first row, so the first row on the spreadsheet, which is this right here, will now be our field names. We'll say next. This dialog box, we don't do anything. And here, again, right, the ID Access automatically created this for us, but we're going to say choose our own. And now it made the department ID our primary key because we told it to. Next, and I'm just going to put a couple X's after this so it's not the same name as this one, and say finish. We never need to save our steps. So now our table looks more like this, with the department ID as our first field, and it's our primary key. If I go back here, you can see that it became the primary key. And then when you create your relationship, so this is, I believe, your table that you created. So we'll add a table, add tables, and here's the table that I created. And I've been in your file before. So I think you initially had this kind of relationship where you went from here to here, and you said create, and you just created, this is just called a one-to-one relationship, but you want to create a one-to-many relationship. So that would look more like this. We're going to drag from the primary key here to the foreign key here, and then you click here. I think this might not work because you have some other stuff going on. It's hard to go backwards sometimes if we click create and it's not working, but that's okay. But then your relationship, you'll see a 1 here and the infinity sign down here, one to many. And then what that does is that will force the person who's doing the data entry to put department IDs in this table before they can add a department ID to a particular employee. And that helps to maintain the integrity of the database.